I, I've got to say, overall, a draw. I would have taken that before the game. I would have 100% taken a 1-1 draw against Leeds.
Yeah, I just said tonight. I think overall a draw. It's probably fair. If you'd have said that before, I mean, Leeds, they're I know if you listen to the media and everything, I think they are overrated. But I think they're probably a match really for where we are, and I think a point's probably fair. It's just the manner in which it happened.
Well, what did we say before we played Villa and Leeds? We were like saying that was the benchmark, like that we should be beating teams like Southampton, Watford if we really want to crack on. And we've got 4 points out of 2 away games, so as much as the fans, with some, I agree to a certain point that we're not really playing the best football, but we are grinding out results. We're not losing. Like the last 6 games, we've won 4, drawn 1, lost 1. Like that's that's a pretty good effort, really.
Yeah, if you take that view, then we are, we're doing what it's all going okay, isn't it? It's where we should be, like we said. Yeah. But then, did we get fortunate last week and just had a bit of a taste of it this week?
Yeah, we did.
and that's pretty much what we said was going to happen, wasn't it?
Well, all right. Let's talk about the Sois incident and if it's a red card or not. I thought that this was a massive turning point in the game. Well, it should have been. Because Rafinha was absolutely. He was spanking us. It was like him against our defense. I thought he was fantastic. And when Sois went for that challenge, I thought he's off. Like that is a red card offence. Like if that was on our player, 100% we would have gone absolutely. If that was on Traore, for example, and somebody had like gone through his ankle, like we'd be like, what? We'd be losing our mind. So fair's fair. Like Sois would have, we should have been down to 10 men. We should 100%.
Yeah.
So then you're thinking, oh my God, we're holding on for a 1-1 draw. So I think it's so tricky but you move on with the point, you just crack on with it. But I do believe that he should have been sent off, and it does fill me a little bit with dread when we start having to play actual good teams, because Villa are terrible. As we saw against Arsenal, they're not a good team at all. I think Leeds aren't a good team. I think their crowd got them through that game and got them a point because they were like the 12th man. But I do believe that sometimes with Bruno, a lot of the flack that he gets, I do get it with like substitutes not coming on the right times and stuff like that, but he can only play with the players that he's got, and the players that he's got are Nuno players. So when we're all giving him grief, which some absolutely warranted, but sometimes you've just got to say this is an issue that has been going on for 2 years. Like we haven't got 4 midfielders, we've got 3. And if one gets a knock, then
you can say about players though, mate, and you can say, oh, it's a Nuno squad and he hasn't had a chance to strengthen and this, that, and the other. But it's the game plan and the game management tactics to try and see off a 1-0 win against Leeds away
for 80 minutes.
80 odd minutes is suicide, really.
Well, it was coming, wasn't it? It was coming. At some point. But saying that, they didn't really give like obviously he made that fantastic save, like, but that was it. That's all I can remember him doing, and then picking the ball out of the net for their penalty. Like, it doesn't. It was very in the middle of the park. It was like the midfield were just like bashing heads together. But yeah, we move on, and it's another point. 13 points after 9 games. I think we all would have taken that at the start of the season. So Everton at home next. They just got battered by Watford, so you know they're going to want to do all right. But we should have killed the game off. We should have
Do you
killed the
think?
game off.
Do you think it's a good time to play Everton, given they'll be low on confidence,
Probably not.
or is it a worse time to play them because they'll be trying to?
It depends, mate. Because they've got loads of players out. I just want Richarlison not to play because he always scores against us.
He loves
Even
to score against us.
40% at 40% fit, he'd still score against us. So yeah, as long as he's not playing, I think we've got a decent shout.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's another home game, Monday night under the lights.
Yeah,
if the results go our way and win that one, all of a sudden.
Is it on a Monday?
Yeah, it's next Monday, so the show will probably be Tuesday next week.
I think that's for the best. It'll be Tuesday night football chat. I don't think you're going to want to. Do a watch along with us, pair.
No.
But yeah, it'll be Tuesday night. Bearing in mind that the game's on Monday night. So awesome. We've done all right. It's fine, but we'll see what happens. Is our special guest with us yet?
Certainly is, mate. Yeah, certainly is. If you can fire away and introduce our special guest for the evening.
Okay, so very excited about this, and please send in your questions for this guy because he's made a massive splash on the internet and on Twitter, and it's really, really nice to actually finally meet him, Mr. Miami.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, really good, mate. Like, is this what? Do we call you Mr. Miami, or like we can call?
You don't have to put the Mister in front of it. You can just call me Miami, baby. It's
yes,
all good,
man. Love it, mate.
Awesome.
Now,
awesome.
It is lovely to have you on Wandering Wolf, mate. Now, I just wanted to. It's an absolute pleasure. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how you think the Wolves are doing this season, because I know, like, you've been following them all season. I've seen the videos, very impressive. But like, how do you feel? How do you feel Bruno Lage has changed the team since Nuno left?
Well, for me personally, I think that he still, I don't know. Where I come from, I think he still has to get used to the team a little bit more and used to what he's doing with the team and how certain players. I don't think you can just come in and straight away make that impact straight away. I think you got to give some people some time to warm up to things and new kind of way of doing it. It's like for instance, Bill Belichick leaving the New England Patriots and expecting someone to come in and automatically keep that winning mindset or the kind of mindset that they had. I don't think they can just do that. So I think he's done good. I think he's figuring it out. I saw him figuring it out. Aston Villa. That's when I started to trust more. I thought I'll say okay. But I saw Portis come on in the second half, and I thought to myself, "Oh, that boy got a plan." I said, "Okay." I love a plan. I love a plan. So yeah, I think he's doing all right. And I'm not one to quickly like dismiss or judge. I think he's working with what he has, and he's utilizing the tools the way he sees them. Does that make any sense? Because we're not in his head, are we?
No, exactly. Yeah, we don't know what he's thinking, and also I do believe that the January transfer window is going to be huge for the team because I think we all know where it needs to be strengthened, as we saw on Saturday with Dendoncker and Moutinho in the midfield. We are desperate for a midfielder and a defender, aren't we, Miami?
Oh, I wouldn't say we were desperate. I would say we could use a little bit more depth in that. That's what I would say. A little bit more depth in that on our roster, and maybe a go-to person that's a little bit more was the right word. Let me not use the wrong word. A little bit more
ferocious.
Ferocious, yeah, a little bit more ferocious in that area. That's what I want. Like, yeah, a little bit more aggression for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I watched Podence play, he's one of my favorite players. Just so you know, you're gonna see me refer to him a lot. He's aggressive as hell, and I love it.
Yeah.
Like I seen him slap the ball out of someone's hand once. I was like, yeah, I like him. I want.
He's like 5'4" of absolute aggression, isn't he?
And you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for every bit of that Napoleon syndrome that he has out there because he tears it up every single time. He tears it up.
Absolutely. On your travels, Miami, what's been the best away day that you've experienced? Because I saw it at Leeds. It looked like an incredible atmosphere.
Yeah, well, Leeds. I would say my best. Every place has their their good and their bad. But I think my best experience is Aston Villa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't get past that. It was absolutely crazy. I never thought that I would ever feel the amount of emotions that I actually felt. Like I'm connected to the team. I'm here
Yeah.
for it. But yo, those last 10 minutes, boy, I was like, oh, this sport can do that too. Oh, I'm here for this. I like
Yeah.
it. Like in the bottom of the knife, baby. We got one runner on, and we got to get it out the park, baby. And we knocked it out the park, and I was here for that.
So in the last 2 weeks, you've really experienced the highs and the lows of following Wolves.
Yeah, more so these last couple of weeks. I was like, yeah, man, like it was my stomach was tight and I was upset. My hands are on my head, but I didn't leave the stadium. I stayed, unlike some other people. I stayed, and then the atmosphere just to be. You hug people you don't know. That's what I love about this sport.
Yeah.
Like you hug people you don't know. Old man, old woman, young kid. Everyone's just hugging. Oh my God, the spit's flying. You don't care who has COVID. I don't care.
It's all right. As long as you got your COVID passport, whatever.
Go to the pub and drink a beer. It'll be all right after this. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's a manager as well. Everybody's a manager. Everybody.
Especially on Twitter.
Oh my God, let's not talk about Twitter.
Oh, mate. So Miami. Oh, sorry. Go on, Craig.
Yeah, I was going to say Miami. Obviously, you know you've gained quite a big following over the last few months over following Wolves. Just for anybody watching who perhaps doesn't know, you know your role or you know what is it that you're actually doing and what got you into Wolves in the first place.
I'll tell you what. My father is from Wolverhampton originally. My father is from born and bred here. Like, my dad's from. That's why I'm here. It's part of the reason I'm here. My mother is from the Birmingham side. She was raised in her first beginnings were in Tipton, I believe it was the area.
Tipton.
Awesome.
Yeah. She's from Birmingham. Like her
lovely place.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it quite yet. But by his laugh in your face,
no. Hey, nothing wrong with Tipton. Nothing wrong with Tipton, mate. That's where the Steve Bull was originally from. So,
well, hey, and just so you, I won't put it out there yet, but I have a secret about Steve Bull. Maybe on another special.
Oh,
yeah, I know something about it.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm looking forward to that, Miami.
Something good and revealing. So yeah, I'll be revealing that soon. But I'm connected to the city in that way. I have a lot of cousins here. A lot of family. And my first daughter was even born here. So it's people don't know. Yeah, I've been here for a little bit of a while now. So, and I'm just getting into what the core of the country is about. I've experienced what I experienced, and I'm just learning this stuff. And yeah, a lot of people call me a Manchester United fan. Let me just put that out there. A lot of people call me a Manchester.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because that's the only team that I knew when I was growing up in America, right?
Fair enough.
But it wasn't. That's not even the reason. I got to England, and like a little bit of gambling here and there. I bet on the team, and I cheered them on as they won my money, and I was like, yes, good. And all of a sudden, I was working for Manchester United last year. I have no clue what that's about, but there you go.
Brilliant. Oh, mate. Well, you're not gonna. You know what? You're not gonna please everybody all the time.
Oh yeah,
mate.
I know that.
Like what you're doing. You're getting a lot more eyes onto the product. You're getting a lot more people getting interested in Wolverhampton Wanderers. So what you're doing, carry on doing it, mate. You're doing a cracking job.
I'm loving the away day tour videos. Absolutely superb.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I can't wait to go. We're going to Crystal Palace to get that done this week, and we're going to get that out for you guys next week, and we're going to make sure that just goes smooth, and we continue to just give you the best content that we can give you, and then it's going to get better and better as we grow. So it goes that way.
100%. Yeah, same, mate. Yeah. So I want to ask you, Miami, what you think a good season is for Wolves this season, bearing in mind that we've changed managers, and we Nuno to a lot of people he's like but he's gone. Bruno's in. What would be a decent season?
Army, baby, is what it is now. Like I know we love Nuno. It's cool. Shout out to Nuno. Peace out to you too. But it's Bruno Long's Barmy Army now. What's a good season to me would be, I heard about now let me tell you also about what I learned about football that I find absolutely crazy. And just I'll get to the point now. I didn't know that you could move up from all these different leagues into the Premier League.
Yeah,
I thought
don't do that in America, do they?
No, they don't do anything like that. I thought the G League is the G League, the D League, the D League, but I didn't know. And then that's why originally I didn't know that you could you're only supposed to support. And I have to tell my American followers this now: only support one team, because your team could eventually be in the Premier League team. Because it could be a Premier League team. You never know. So I think a good season, because I learned regulation, would be no regulation. You know what I mean? Or that word. Yeah, I would never that to get regulated and to obviously finish in the top 5. I would love that.
The top 5? Oh my god, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Hey, we're not far away.
Mate, that's a good season.
That's a great season for me. I would say top 5. I like it. Like, I think that I seen Manchester United get beat up the other day, man. I think we could beat them up too. I thought we had a good chance at beating them up the first time we played them. So I think we could beat them up for real. Like, let's keep kicking them, kicking water down in this sport.
Well,
anyway.
let's hope Solskjaer stays in the job, because he's having an absolute shocker, that lad. If you're a Man United fan, you want him out of there.
Is he still there? Definitely. Is he still there? I thought he'd be sacked tonight.
He is. Ollie's at the wheel, mate. Ollie's at the wheel.
Oh, I know that's right.
Oh yeah, but yeah, mate. Like, it's just nice to actually get a background into and like actually speak to you face to face, because on Twitter it's just it can be a little bit of a cesspit, really, can't it? So let's hey, you know what? Let's have
stormy on there, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly. It does get stormy. Yeah. Somebody's Vinyl Revival has asked, how hot is it in Miami? It's because of the.
Oh no, I'm in Wolverhampton, baby. Don't worry about that. But I had to come and rep, baby. Don't worry about that. But I'm pretty sure it's warm.
Yeah, man.
Miami, where's your favourite spot to go for a beer in Wolverhampton these days?
I don't really drink beer.
Okay.
I'm not a big beer drinker. I drink a lot of liquor though. I love me some some gin. I love me some cognac.
I know that's right.
Oh, that's right. Where I go, I like to go to a place called the Bohemian.
Oh yeah. Nice.
I like to go to a place called the Bohemian. I can't lie, they have their drinks get me pretty drunk, and what are we drinking for? So
exactly. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not a beer guy.
I'm not a big beer guy, but and they have this drink there called the Pablo Escobar or something, and I was like, I feel like a boss drinking this. I'm gonna kill you. Definitely. Shout out to the Bohemian in Wolverhampton, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We'll be checking that out next time up there.
I appreciate
100%.
Come through.
So, how do you think we're going to get on against Everton next up, mate?
Well, against Everton, I don't know. I'm not going to say I know much about Everton, but if we can, get like Adama to finish in that final third and get things done the right way, I think that we can go up against any team. I think if we just finish, if we can finish, we can go up against any team. Team to team, cool. They might have a better attack. They might have better defense. I don't know for sure. But what I say with our team is that I think the way, and we're very persistent. We get a lot of chances. I don't know what you guys consider on target. I'm not that familiar with it yet. But I see a lot of shots going towards the goal. And I think to myself, all right, if he could just, balance that out a little bit, maybe slow some people down a little bit, speed some people up a little bit. And let's get it right. Music fine tuning here and there. I think we stand a chance against anyone.
Well, if Traore could find the back of the net, we'd be on to something massive. We're top 5 coming at you. We'd be
top 5, we'd probably win the league.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I'll go streaking for you. Don't worry about that. We win the league, baby. That's a Miami thing. Don't worry about that.
Mate, our front three when Neto comes back. When Neto comes back, I'm salivating. Like Neto, Raul, and Traore. Like, mate, it's gonna be absolute carnage. It won't matter who's in midfield when Neto, Raul, and Traore's up front.
But shout out to Traore, because I ain't gonna lie to you. That boy be down there fighting. He like a little bull down there fighting. When he turn that ball, anything can happen. And I think once he finds balance on that turn, because he put that back on him, he spin. I'm like, that boy ain't playing. He's backing him up at the same time. I love it.
We've been waiting for a good many months now for something to come off. So let's hope we find it soon.
All right.
I think once he gets one, it's done.
I agree.
I hope you're right.
Well, he played so well against Villa. It's like this is the thing. This is the thing with Traore. We have a bit of a love-hate relationship with him because he can play fantastically well in a couple of games, and then he doesn't play too well in the next couple. But you could say that about probably the whole of the Wolves side. So he's not on his own there. But
he
fingers
stands out
crossed.
because of that speed, man. And when he gets the best looks, doesn't he? And I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
And when he's down there in that box, I'm not gonna lie to you. I pray. Sometimes I pray that they do something wrong and he gets a penalty shot, because I feel like he's down there so much. I don't understand how he's not getting more penalties and stuff like that. And I see them down there. They're down there and they're, for lack of a better word, they're really just dragging them. They're raping them down there, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, we like Finners. Thanks for watching, mate. He's just
shout out to Finners, man. Hey, shout out to Finners, man. Shout out to Finners, man. That's my homeboy, man. I like Finners. He was sitting behind me at the Aston Villa. He went crazy. He's
a top man.
Shout out to Finners, man. Much love to that guy.
He's just put a collab. Oh, wow. Top man. There he is.
I know that's right. There you go. What's poppin', baby?
Top man. Well, mate, like I have got one question for you. I've got one question. Which Wolves player reminds you of an American footballer the most?
Torre.
Yeah,
he looks like an American running back.
Yes.
Yeah, an American running back can run through anything.
You know what? Like Cody, I'd say, as a quarterback, because they're putting the long balls over.
You know what? I played running back, so I'm all about speed and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I look for that. Cody, the way he motivates his team, we give him that Tom Brady look any day. We're giving that Tom Brady look any day. I think that's right, because his enthusiasm, even at the Villa game, man, his enthusiasm is crazy. I thought he was gonna rip that little vest thing off the way he I was like,
Miami, it is so great. So I've started watching. I don't know whether you're watching it, but it's fantastic. Ted Lasso. Have you watched Ted Lasso?
Oh yes.
I have not.
Mate, you will appreciate it, because he's an American that comes over to Richmond, and he takes charge of Richmond FC. It's like it's not a real football team, but he used to coach an American football team, and he's brought over to manage a soccer team.
Great series.
Miami, watch it, mate, because your positivity and Ted Lasso's positivity is my favourite thing in the world. It's brilliant, mate. It's brilliant. And you know what? It's so lovely to speak to you, and keep doing what you're doing, mate. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we just wanted to touch base. We wanted to touch base.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for having me. And Wolves, baby, you know what time it is. And come on, you know what time it is, baby. You gotta rep the Wolves every time. Sorry, I get kind of excited, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that. Well,
I love it, man. I love this city. I love this team, and I hope that we just keep going, man. And we keep doing what we're doing, man. For real.
100%. Well, awesome. Lovely. Thanks, Mate. Lovely to chat to you, mate.
Y'all. Thank you for having me, man.
I'll see you in the Bohemian.
See you at the Bohemian, baby. Pablo Escobar's on me. You know what time it is.
Oh, yes. Oh, don't say that. We'll be there, mate. Don't worry.
Back. Let me know.
Take care, mate.
Later.
See you later.
Bye.
Oh, top man.
What a legend.
What a lovely bloke. What
a legend.
Really nice to chat to Mr. Miami. But yeah, let's chat Everton, because this is always an interesting game against Everton, because I always look at the 11 against 11 and there isn't much difference. Like, I know we were in the grips last season when we lost to them at home. I think we lost 2-1, and we were in the grip of the really defensive, really bad times it felt with Nuno there. But they had a shocker at the weekend, losing to Watford 5-2. Like, what the hell's going on there?
Yeah, did they just have an off day, or were they that much better team? I don't know. And like I said earlier, is it the worst time to play a team off the back of a result like that, or should we put them to the sword? But you know, it's going to be a good game, I think.
What do we think? What do we think, guys? Do we think that we've got a decent chance against Everton? Because, like, Everton, for me, I think that's got draw written all over it. Really,
you think so?
Yeah, I do. Like, I know we're playing at home, but I think we're playing better away. I really do. I think
mind you, though, mate. Monday night in front of the lights.
Yeah, true.
It-
Yeah, Michael Bursch. Cheers. He's put 0-0. 0-0. It's got 0-0 written all over it. But
Final
maybe,
revival. Good to see you again.
yeah,
Everton
nice
will
one.
turn up after the Watford thrashing. Yeah, probably.
Oh, well, I think they're
Probably
gonna
right.
need to. Yeah, old Shrewsbury Wolf. Oh no.
You know, we've touched on this
Richarlison,
already.
come on.
haven't we?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Oh God.
If he starts,
Yeah, Richarlison. Him for me.
Why is he still at Everton, by the way?
I know. What's he doing there? Like,
Didn't they get offered like 50 million like
and they
last
turned it
season
down.
or something? And they turned it down.
But I can see why. You know, I think I really do think that game against Watford probably was an anomaly. Like, I don't think that's going to be the norm going forward. I think Everton are a decent team. And we always have good games with them. We always have close games with them. I always like hark back to when we lost 3-2 at Goodison. We're 2-2. The first game that we played in the Premier League under Nuno. You know,
the sort of team they can definitely turn up, can't they? If they fancy it, they can definitely turn it on. They've got some great players, but they're just sort of.
Maybe let's talk about Watford for a second. Like, they're a funny team. It's like Ranieri. Like, is that the Ranieri effect? Would you say? Because like the Vinyl Revival seems to think so. Is he working his magic?
It's too early to say, isn't it, mate? I think. Yeah. You know, let's judge everybody sort of Christmas, January. I think that would give us a better idea of exactly where everybody is.
That's a really good point Shrewsbury Wolf has made there. Actually, thing is, even if we do score first. Score in the first half again, we'll start dropping deep and deeper. By the final whistle, Cody will be at the top of the South Bank.
Well, it's true.
It is true.
But we've been crying out for a goal in the first half for so long, and then they finally start to come. And when we get one, we sit back.
I know.
You know, it was sickening really at the weekend to do that. You know, I'd rather go and push for that second goal and get caught, and then it's more of a game, isn't it? But to sit back.
I know what you're saying, but do you think that is a mindset thing with the players, or is that a mindset thing with Bruno Lage saying, this is the way I want you to set up? Because the only reason I say that is because after the game against Leeds, he said that we controlled the game.
But if it's a mindset thing with the players, surely it's up to Bruno to say, get forward, or, you know, work the ball this way and get into these positions. That's his job to do. You can't have that mindset for 85 minutes.
It's just it's going to bite you in the arse at the end of the game. Like, you can't defend for 85 minutes. Not in the Premier League. I don't care who you're playing. You could be playing Norwich.
We showed in those first few games, especially, that we get the ball working quickly and get it forward quickly and get it wide and attacking teams. We can do it. So that's why it was so mind-boggling to watch.
Why do you think we're not doing it? Do you think it's solely on the fact that we lost the first 3 games and he just got scared?
It could be. He's reverted, yeah.
It might be the Brentford game, you know. It might be the Brentford game, because we went out there and we literally just went.
Yeah, it might be a case of look what happens when we do push forward. Yeah. But I don't know. Would you prefer that and have a go, or would you prefer what we saw on Saturday? I mean, we got lucky against Villa.
I know what you're saying, but I'll put this out on Twitter. So, would you prefer us to be the expansive team and be in the bottom 3 right now because we haven't got the personnel to back it up, or would you rather play a more pragmatic style that grinds out results until January, when, you know, apparently Vitinha is on the radar again? Apparently, from Porto. Okay. Would he be a good? Would he? I don't know. I don't know, mate, because
you don't know, because it's rather well at
Porto.
Yeah, it's a different manager. It's a different style. It's you know, he's got probably another 6 months under his belt. So
yeah,
perhaps it's got legs. So it's a good question from Vinyl Revival. Do you start Nori or Marcel against Everton?
I think it's a pretty easy answer. It's Nori for me, really.
Absolutely.
I think he did enough against Leeds. I think we are really, really, really missing Johnny. Yeah, we're really and unfortunately, who knows what he's going to be like when he comes back. I saw a picture of him doing some training. His legs look massive. He looks like he's been working so hard. What we need to realise is, if for the grace of God and I don't even believe in God, that Neto and Johnny come back 100% fit, we're going to be looking at that squad and going, we don't need anyone. We don't like sod the midfield or the defense. Like, we've got enough quality in that team with Johnny at left back and Neto in the front three to scare the crap out of anybody in that league when you go from, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea downwards. Like, I really, really think that front three of Neto, Raul, and Traore is probably the best front three outside the top four. And that's not me with my, Wolves hat on. That's me being absolutely 100% fit. All of them, on the top of their game. That's a fantastic front three for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
okay.
That's yeah.
But yeah, I think going back to that question, I think White for me definitely offered that bit of pace and that trickery, gives them something to worry about rather than that Marcel. Although he's done all right, so it's one of them. But I think White did well, did enough to start.
I think Marcel. I question Marcel in the fact that we haven't got a quick defence anyway. I think if you start putting Marcel in there as well with Cody, who isn't the quickest, Kilman, who's been, along with Sarr, my 2 players of the season so far, and Saiss, who actually has been first class. No wonder Bolly can't get in the team, actually. Saiss has been like under the radar really good this season. I don't think there's any issue with the defence. I think the main issue we have at the moment is our midfield. And you can see that from a mile off. Like, if Neves gets injured, which he had a knock, like, I know Dendoncker has his like good and bad days, but I don't think you can play Dendoncker and Moutinho in a 2 and expect to have much of the ball, because Dendoncker's passing against Leeds was absolutely dreadful. They were like they were like hospital balls, every single one of them. Like, I don't know what's going on with Dendoncker, because like he blows hot and cold.
Yeah, you just took the words out of my mouth here. I was going to say hot and cold. No consistency, so that's what we need. But maybe that'll come. Yeah. Maybe that'll come. The only problem we've got at the moment is the Africa Cup of Nations, isn't it?
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, what do we do then? So we've got to.
Well, do we play a back 4? Do we play because we have literally no choice in the matter? Because Bolly and Saiss are going to go.
But do you think he's working on it? Would it be worth? I don't know. Looking at that now to try and get some sort of identity playing that way, or we're just going to try and wing it for a couple of weeks, or
I winging it in the Premier League. It didn't wash with me. Like that would be it. That would be a disgrace, really. But I agree with you. Like, that, how the hell are we going to get around it? If Mascara was fit, then this wouldn't be an issue. But he's out until the new year, so we.
Is it definitely the new year?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. So we're looking at let's have Hungry Like the Wolf. Let's have a look. Saiss only had 1 out ball for the whole match, though, to bang it forward up the middle towards Jimenez, and that was getting cut out, and Raul was being heavily challenged. Yeah, I agree, but that's not Saiss's job. I thought, like, defensively, I thought he was really good. I think Raul against Leeds it wasn't that he didn't play well. It's like the front 3 didn't have the service, and that's a midfield issue. That's isn't it?
They missed Neves as well, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We need him against Everton, fully fit. What do you think is going on with Bolly, mate? Because, like, do you think Bruno Lage isn't a fan, or he isn't fit, or what's going on? Because
I've seen him like clips of him talking about him, and he's just saying he's unlucky not to have played, and he's been ill, I think, and he's had a knock, and he's had this and that. But I don't know. It does look like he's sort of out of favour almost, isn't it?
Which I'm surprised. I'm surprised at.
It's a strange one. It's a strange one, but it does seem like he takes a knock whenever he comes back. He's not quite there and takes a knock, and then he's gone for a bit. So I don't know. He needs to get a bit of a foothold in it, really.
I think he likes Saiss. I think he likes Saiss. He's
well, I think you could tell.
Frills, frills. Like, you know,
I think Saiss is playing for him as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's had a bit of a renaissance, Saiss, under Bruno Lage, and that's great for us. But I think, go on, get hungry like the wolf on again, because I want to read this. It was a contributor to our lack of possession. I think he's saying Saiss. Not many Cody pings to Semedo, all right, Nuri, and balls not sticking up front. Without Neves, we struggle to complete passes, only getting 60% complete. Yeah, completely agree. I think the problem is when you haven't got their outlet ball from Neves in midfield, you tend to get frustrated from the back, and then you start playing long balls, which isn't really our thing.
Yeah.
I know Raul holds the ball up well, but when you've got decent defenders around him who go right through him, and a lot of the times he should have had a few free kicks against Leeds. They were dirty. Saying that, hold my hands up. So he should have been red carded. But I really think that it's a frustration thing, and that was what it was on Saturday, because there's no outlet ball. There's like, and that was because Dendoncker and Moutinho don't work together. I don't think they do. It's Neves. For me, it's Neves plus one.
Yeah, but you've been saying that for a long, long time.
Yeah,
Shrewsbury Wolf. Yeah, I agree with that. This comment: 95% of the time he's class, but he always has that mistake and red card in him.
So
that's the only thing.
But I don't mind that. I'd rather him be 95% class.
When he's playing like the way he's been playing the last few weeks, then he starts for me also.
Well, I think like if you are playing a back three, I think he gets in every day of the week, doesn't he? At the moment, if you're playing a back four and two centre backs, then that's another discussion. But Max Kilman for me is an absolute juggernaut of a player, and I think another player that's absolutely like just burst onto the scene really through Bruno Lage, and he's just going to get better and better and better. And I think that's probably the reason why Bolly's not getting a game, because he ain't dropping Cody. He likes Saiss too much, and Kilman is undroppable at the moment. So, I think what would be your bearing in mind if everyone's fit? What would be your 11 against Everton?
Well, obviously the keeper speaks for itself. I'd have Nuri on the left.
Yeah.
Semedo.
Yeah, why did he move to the left? He had to move to the left, didn't he? And
that's
probably why he got caught. That's probably why he got caught out.
Yeah, I saw there's a comment about that. I've lost it now, but I don't know if it was you. Send it in again.
But so many. Thank you.
But basically, just touching on that, he had to switch over to the other side, and that's where he made the mistake. So any criticism that he was getting is really duly unfair, because he's not playing in his. Why was that?
He seems to be made a scapegoat quite a lot, actually, because I think probably because of the price tag.
Oh yeah.
The price tag is hefty, but I agree with that back five. I don't think he's going to change the system.
Hopefully Neves is back into the middle.
Who do you play with him?
Like you said, Moutinho.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Moutinho. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. So Moutinho, Neves in the middle.
What changes would you make?
I'm not disagreeing. I think it's really hard because it depends. I truly believe Moutinho and Dendoncker, whoever you're playing, whether it's a physical team or a team that backs off, which I don't know what Everton would do really, but on their performances, I think they were pretty ordinary, both of them actually, Moutinho but I believe that Moutinho and Neves, Yeah, yeah.
Better together, aren't they?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And Huang for me's got to start.
Oh God, well, he starts before Raul. He's like him and Raul. Like there is one place in the three. God knows what we're gonna do when Neto comes back. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Somebody's going to be upset, aren't they?
Very, very upset. I don't think we'll have Pedence in January. I think we'll go back to Olympiacos.
Well, yeah. Who would you rather? Well, not rather, because you probably don't necessarily want either. But if we had to get rid of one in January and it came down to sort of Pedence or Traore, which one would you like to keep? Just to see the season out.
Really tough that, because that depends a lot for me whether Neto comes back 100% fit. Because if Neto comes back 100% fit, I think both of those players are subs.
Yeah,
really. In the grand scheme of things,
well, let's assume he's 100% fit.
Okay. Oh God, it's really hard. We'd get more money for Traore. We definitely would. So
and then strengthen at the back. Neto's back in the fold.
Neto, Huang, and Raul, the three. I know when I was speaking to Miami, like I was saying Traore, Neto, and Raul, and I was doing a disservice to Huang really, because he's our top goal scorer, and he's very much in the same vein as Diego Jota. He's in the right place at the right time, and he finishes off scraps, which is what we've needed for a long time. I think there's some really good questions and really, really good answers to questions. I think Connor Ronan, that Connor Ronan goal. Do you see him score?
No, I haven't seen it.
For St. Mirren. Was it St. Mirren? I think it was St. Mirren. He scored an absolute worldie. Really? But he's another guy that's got to come back. We've had loads of players out on loan who are getting, Dion Sanderson as well. He's another one.
Was it Jackie Oakley who dared mention Connor Ronan and got absolutely beasted for
it? Ryan Giles, that was.
Sorry.
That was Ryan Giles, yeah. And Hungry Like the Wolf has said that, actually, depending on who takes over at Cardiff, Ryan Giles may be back in January. Marquez.
Here we go.
Who's not getting any game time as well. So there are players to come back, but the issue we have is that we're not in the Championship anymore.
Does this mean that we're not making any marquee signings in Jan?
Well, you know what? It really does look that way.
Should we start getting ourselves used to that now?
I don't know. I think we'll get Sanchez, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think we'll get him. And if we get Vitinha and Sanchez, that's fine with me. Like, that's absolutely fine. Oh, and in the January transfer window, Hungry Like the Wolf, you are correct. Newcastle might be in for Cody. The thing is, we kind of need Cody for numbers. Because, like, Soy,
I think that's just
Bolly and Cody. Like,
I don't think there's anything in those rumors. Cody's not going to go to Newcastle now, chance. No.
Well, it depends how much they offer him, mate.
Yeah.
It depends where they are in January. If they're in the bottom three, then he won't go.
It does, but we literally need defenders now. We can't be selling any.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and like two of them are going as well to the African Cup of Nations. So, January's a massive.
It's more like Sanchez going to Newcastle and we're keeping hold of Cody. That's probably to the point.
I think that was probably one of the things that has really, really bitten us, because Newcastle are probably in the same vein as us, and they're in for the same players as us. And obviously they're just gonna be able to get these players now, like Botman, Polina, Sanchez, like all these players we've been talking about. Wouldn't surprise me if they went in for Traore either. Like they're gonna really, and it all depends on what they do in the league.
We could do a swap with Traore and Maximilian. Could do that.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
Yeah, just a straight swap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he probably won't want to stay now that his mate Steve Bruce has gone. Do you see what he says about Steve Bruce saying that? How wonderful he is. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. I just think it's going to be a really, really strange season of ups and downs.
Roller coaster season, like we always said.
Yeah,
and it's already showing signs of that already.
But isn't that better than being like
absolutely
being like Norwich? Imagine being a Norwich fan at the moment. Did you watch that?
I just give up. I just go and watch something else because.
But
it's
what
disgraceful.
But the owners of Norwich are absolutely going, yeah, that's fine. Haven't got to dish out anything. Haven't got to dish out any money at all. But apparently they've spent like 50, 60 million on who?
Yeah.
Like, because they're not very good.
Yeah.
Whoever you've spent it on. But yeah, like this.
They're not even trying on it.
It's like, I know, teams lose to Chelsea and it's no disgrace, but
it's the manner in which they do it.
Yeah. Awful. And we've got them in a couple of weeks. So yeah, Bible. Delia getting the money for the cookbooks. Yeah. Yeah, certainly is. Those parachute payments, my God.
I know.
They must be absolutely loving it. But it's not great for the fans, unfortunately. So, yeah. So there's not, there's nothing else to say other than big thank you to Mr. Miami. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram. Lovely
Good to have you on.
Yeah, really nice bloke. Join us next week on Tuesday evening, as you can see there, live at 8:30, because obviously we're playing Everton on Monday night, so we'll be watching that and giving our thoughts the day after. But yeah, always a pleasure, mate. You got any final words of wisdom for us?
I've got many words of wisdom, but I'll be saving those. I could tell you a little story about my little trip to Amsterdam if you want.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's finish up. Listen to the.
So, I'm on business in Amsterdam, and I come down from my room. Well,
not that kind of business.
It was not that business. It was Amsterdam, but not that business. And so I come down from my room. I thought, right, I'll go and take my laptop and I'll go and work in the sort of reception area there for a bit because I'd seen the Dortmund coaches outside and there was loads of people outside waiting. I thought, might get a glimpse of someone. Yeah. So called the lift. Lift doors open. There's Haaland stood in the lift.
No way.
Literally there in the lift. And like 3 staff from Dortmund. In walks me with my laptop bag. And I just get death stares like, what are you doing? And I'm like smiling going, oh my God, it's Haaland.
Tiny lift.
So I'm like this. So doors shut. And I'm thinking, God, everyone's giving me absolute daggers here. What the hell's going on? And I actually said to the lift, if you like, I said, should I have waited for the next one? Just thinking in my head, oh my God, COVID and everything. And nobody said anything. Haaland was just staring at me like,
sneezing.
A bit like, it reminded me of Ivan Drago in Rocky IV.
He looks a bit like him, actually.
And one of the staff just went, like nodded, sternly nodded, and I thought, oh shit.
Like the Men in Black.
And then the bouncer, I was like, oh, good luck tonight. Any chance of a quick photo? And the bouncer quickly ushered me into a different part. I said, absolutely no pictures.
Beat you to death.
No pictures whatsoever. And then did the same with the players are all sort of milling around in this conference room thing next door. So I was working and keeping my eye out and stuff, thinking, I'll get to maybe meet a few in a bit. Yeah. And then there was literally bouncers around every corner.
Yeah.
So I shouted over to Jude. Jude, any chance of a photo? And he's like, he did start to come over. To be fair to him, and then the bouncers just no, absolutely no pictures. So, but yeah,
so
that was
Haaland and Bellingham.
So there I was, all excited, wasn't I? I text you because my Sky Bet app wouldn't work abroad, and I was like, right, you've got to put Jude Bellingham anytime Dortmund to win. They're going to smash.
And I did that, didn't I? I did that, didn't I?
I still need to send you that 10. Don't worry about it. I haven't forgotten. And they proceeded to get absolutely spanked 4-0.
So basically, what we're saying is the moral to the
And
story
Haaland's out.
Haaland's out till the new year. You basically put Haaland out with probably your COVID, your germs, your horrible germs.
No, I haven't got COVID. I've got that
No.
many PCR tests and God knows what. It's about to say I was fine. It definitely wasn't that. But then what happens in the next match?
Oh yeah, he scores, doesn't he? He scores an absolute
Yeah.
worldie, doesn't he?
Bellingham, worldie,
Yeah.
and they win. So
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
know.
mate.
That just sums up my betting.
Bless you. Yeah, that was it.
It was a mad week. It was a mad
Don't
week.
bet kids. Don't bet kids. It never works. Mate. Well, always lovely to speak to you, and thank you guys as always for getting in touch and giving us your questions. We love it, and we'll do the same next week if that's cool.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, after the Everton game. We'll see you then. We've been Wandering Wolf. Take care.
Awesome. Take care.